So, welcome, beautiful goddesses, to the Goddess Moon's March full moon. And today we are working with our third moon on the path of truth. And this is the full moon of Ways the Truth. And so before we go into our guided visualization and begin creating, I just would like to share a moment what the meaning of Ways the Truth is, because she's the clan mother, a grandmother energy of this particular full moon cycle. And so we have a time when we're really looking at divine law. She teaches us the divine law, and that's the divine law of nature, which is the divine, not a judge per se, not to step into judgment, but she's a very fair judge. She teaches us the energy of being a very fair judge of human rights. She's considered the keeper of equality, the guardian of justice. So she's really giving us and sharing and guiding us and shining that energy down upon us of those qualities. And she doesn't judge. What she teaches us, what this full moon teaches us, is not to judge our actions by bestowing punishment. All right, but rather teaching the principles of the divine law. So we begin to understand that the actions we take are based on our decisions. Every action we take in life is based on our decision. Even when we say I was forced, you're never forced. We always have the right to say, no, not today, right? So every action we take is a decision that we make. And I'm talking about the action that leads us farther on our life path. All right. So the important factor about that is really taking a look at the conscious awareness. Well, let me digress just a moment. At spring equinox, we came out of the darkness into the light, right? And we stepped and stood in balance. And stepping into that balance between the dark and the light was to recognize metaphorically that coming out of the dark means we're no longer in ignorance. We're no longer unconscious about something, right? We step into the light. We become enlightened with it. It's in our conscious awareness now. We are embracing something from a very aware position. And we stand in that new awareness or that new paradigm shift or that new conscious awareness in balance, recognizing that there's people behind us still in that darkness, and there's people ahead of us that are even more enlightened than we are at that moment. But we own our balance. We own where we are. We stand in it. And so now as we step under the full moon light, as we step under the full moon light and become even more aware and working with our new level of balance, because you can't go back and you can't go forward. It's only right here and now. All right? And this is something we all know. But what this moon is teaching us is that we take our decisions and we take action on them, or we don't take action on them. But if we decide to hurt another person consciously, we have also made the decision, whether unconsciously, but for us from this point forward, consciously, to receive the lessons connected to harming another person, whether it has been mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. That's the karma of the moon, of the full moon. You decided to do something, and so now you get to learn the lesson behind that action if it has harmed another person. And that actually includes harming yourself. So that's a pretty big position to stand in, to make that decision, to open up, to ways the truth. We have been working since new moon, really seeing out of our third eye, our brow chakra, right? And when we began to look out of it, we were seeing the truth. We were opening up to be able to see the truth in any given situation. And so here we are now. We're not only looking, continuing to see the truth, but now we are weighing that truth in balance because we are standing in balance. So we're learning now. We're learning that in order to make amends for any wrong action we've taken or any harm we've caused another person intentionally, that we are accepting the lesson that goes along with that, the lesson. So that's a big one. So that's part of the justice. That's part of the justice of Ways the Truth. And it's a powerful one, I think, because it helps us not walk that crooked road of life, but to walk on a pathway that really is for the good of all, for the good of all, for us, for each other, for our sisters, for our brothers, for whomever we're interacting with. And this energy that we are dancing under now is one that's going to allow us to, I don't know if you've been undergoing the meditations that I've been sharing with you, but this one, I'm gonna play that meditation as our lead-in. And once we come out of that, then we're going to begin creating. Okay? So I'm going to invite you to stop your activities and to be focused here and now in a quiet moment for this next 5-6 minutes, and listen inside and really open up to that inner guidance. So I'm going to share my desktop. And remember that you're part of a group. And so when one of us is busy doing activity, you're sending that vibration into our quantum circle. And so that's why in a circle environment, we ask everyone to go into a stillness, into a still center, is so that we're all focusing on the same intention at exactly the same time. And that's when we truly do make a difference in our world. Okay, so get quiet, and I'm going to share my desktop. And here we go.
Hello, this is Kisma with Studio Inspiration Art Journal. This is the Artist's Way Meditation, week 4. Begin to get comfortable, sitting back and relaxing. Follow the flow of your breath in and out. Every in-breath is life, and every exhale, you share life, receiving life and sharing life. Begin to allow your vision to close, or if you choose to keep your eyes open, just stay focused on the items before you. the candle, the selenite heart, the Buddha hand, the new paintbrushes covering the old outworn paintbrushes, and allow your eyes to become soft and just float over them. Feel yourself relaxing now, quickly and easily, one with the flow of your breath. Your breath is slowing and deepening, and your body begins to slow with your breath. Slowly moving into stillness, into the silence within, turning inward, a slow and spiraling dance. The outside world exists, continues its dance with its sounds and its busyness from time to time, wafting through our inward focus. But when it does, rather than distract us back outside, it helps to deepen us, and we focus even more inward. Feel the quiet in your body as your muscles relax and release any tension. Feel the quiet in your mind as your thoughts become still. Let the velvety blackness, the richness of the dark surround you and enfold you as you move more deeply into that dark, rich void. Moving into the void, moving into the emptiness, moving into the formlessness through which all form is birthed. And in the darkness, hearing a sound, the song of Holy Mother. And as she sings her name, the sound becomes light and form. The sound shapes patterns, dancing, forming all worlds. Traveling inward on a beam of light, moving with softness, moving with grace to the place where the earth calls you. Sense the movement, sense the pulse, sense the dance of the earth. Hear the earth sing out, calling you to a place of wonder, a place of power. Find yourself in this paradise now. Visualize yourself making an offering of the smoke of incense, of cedar and sage, to each of the 4 directions: east, south, west, north, up to the heavens and down to the earth. Pray for all your relations. Honor the guardians of the north, the wisdom of the mirror, the wisdom that reflects. Let the smoke carry your prayer to the east, the gift of the eagle's sight, the power of dreams and intuition. Honor the guardians of the south, the wisdom of renewal, the generosity of the corn mothers. Let the smoke carry your prayer to the west, the wisdom of recycling, the bear's dance, the gift of transformation. Sit with the beauty of the inner land. Know that each of the elements within the earth is within your body. Know that the elements are teachers, inspiration for your artistry. Let the elements speak to you now. Open, for you will be shown how to bring forth the beauty of the four elements in your creations. So listen, listen, listen to the sound of the wind dancing through you. Listen, listen to the sound of the water. Let its message resound. Listen, listen, hearing and feeling and sensing warmth of sunlight on your skin, the heat of fire embracing you. Sense the pulse of the earth, feel the dance of the earth, the vibrancy and richness of the pigments of your paint. Let the violet light of the rainbow now, of your rainbow artist warrior, speak to you and show you, calling you to create. May our hearts and the heart of the earth beat as one. May the song of the crystal mother of the earth ever whisper and guide you, and the dance of the elements flow through you and out of you. Awaken fully to the dance of the earth. Awaken fully to the richness of the elements, knowing that they will always flow through you and onto the page or the canvas before you when you beckon them to live and dance and be a part of your creation. Namaste. And when you are ready, dear sisters, open your eyes and begin your creation. Remember to write the intention down and ask for the guidance. And create.
I'm going to put us on gallery view as we all create. Okay, I'm going to put music on now. So adjust your volume as you wish. I'm going to try and bring it through the computer.
In the arms of Mother, the great Adriatic Mother. In the arms of the Mother, I lay. In the arms of the Mother, the great Adriatic Mother. In the arms of the Mother, I lay. In the arms of the Mother, the great Adriatic Mother. In the arms of the Mother,
Okay. Take another minute and bring your creation to a resting place. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to share with you a poem. Weighs the truth, the protectress of the meek, weighs the truth for all to see. Divine law, seeking balance, setting the spirit free. And here amid the chaos of earthly trials, she stands, ready to issue justice, compassion in her hands. She answers when deception shows the destructive face of human greed and hatred, dividing every creed and race. Keeper of great mysteries, laws, whose guiding ways we seek, may we accept the oneness of the truths we hear you speak. Okay. And we are at the end of our time together. So all we have left now is some sharing. So I will just start by sharing what I created. I started off by painting the 4 elements. And then I had messages that came through to me. So I wrote them with oil pastel into each of the elements with its color, and then I drew its elemental symbol. And then purple wanted to come through as wavy lines, reminding me that life is very constant movement. It's not static in any way. And then the next thing that happened was the center circle wanted to form. And I realized, oh, well, I've got the chakra system sort of happening here, but that's my third eye. And it's my upper chakra. So it's the indigo, which is the throat chakra, and the violet for the third eye chakra. And then, of course, the white for the sacred crown. And it's wet. I know that something wants to go into that crown, but I'm not sure. So I'm resting with it and just letting it dry, and then I'll go back to it. And once I go back to it, I'll put whatever needs or wants to go in there. So who else would like to share?
I'd like to share, even though I don't have a video. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
I want to share what I wrote on my page, and then a little bit about what came through with the colors so far. Is that okay?
Absolutely, Bobby.
Okay, so I would love to have the harmonious balance of the beautiful elements within me and within my relationships in life. Today, Earth element called me strongly to remember my vital connection to the dear Earth Mother and her elemental heartbeat, that I may be grounded within my true nature and feel safe and secure within that centeredness. I am so grateful to the elements, the air, the water, the fire, the metal, the wood, and the earth. Thank you for my life and my love of nature. Aho. And then after I wrote my prayer, I picked, I got a new color. I ordered a new color, which I've always loved, copper. And I just started using kind of a bigger brush than I usually use. And it turned into wings. And I thought, well, that's so cool. And I just let it be. Oh, they're wings. And then I felt this like a circle or a heart shape underneath. And I felt the color needed to be a deep teal, or I don't know, a deep greeny blue, like the water. And then the heart just sort of developed into, it's almost like it had rays also of the element of water. It made me think of how the heart is so, has such a feeling nature, right? Such a deeply feeling nature. And the copper wings above it just seem to like be almost like a protection for the heart and the earth mother, that it is there are these beings of light that are coming through for all of us to help the earth heal. And copper feels like part of the earth, you know, that ore, that part, deep part of her center. So it's almost like by going into the center, our wings are made of that somehow. And that also reflected the air elements. But anyway, I'm going to take a picture of how it is now and post it. And then, like you, I need to rest and see what else is there. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Bobby, for sharing. I witness you. Thank you. Who else would like to share? Okay, Cindy, I'm going to spotlight you.
Okay, so what came up during the meditation and then during the writing, the intention and the prayers was all about needing to really, really get into my body and be in my body and not just in my head. And so the figures that showed up, well, let me turn this light off, otherwise it won't show. And so the figures that showed up are just, you know, dancing women.
Mhm.
I need to get into my body and I need to dance and drum and chant and make noise and play
You
flute.
enjoy the festival?
Yes, I did. And so those dancing women have really stayed with me.
Mhm.
So I think that they may just end up showing up in a lot of different places. Yeah, very much so. And then I'm in a writing class with Natalie Goldberg, and she has been doing a lot of focus on haiku now. And even though we haven't got to that part in the class, I find myself just writing haikus after every, you know, art session, which has really been interesting. So, and Bobby, thank you for the word elemental. That showed up. So elemental heart, dancing delight into life, staving off despair.
Ah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
So that's my haiku for today. Haiku.
Haiku. I witness you. Thank you, Cindy. That's lovely. And who would like to go next?
I will.
Carol, let me pin you.
So it's Eagle Moon and it's Sap Running Moon, depending on if you're Cree or Ojibwa. And so that's all, it's all showing up in mine
Very pretty.
with the sap running and the eagle. And underneath, I wrote about truth being justice and about balance and harmony in my life. The sorrow and the joy at the same time, and the lesson that I'm learning since the season changed, where there's sorrow but there's joy in their release as well. Stepping out of the darkness is there, and the awareness that there is karma and some of it's beautiful.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful, Carol. I witness you. And who would like to go next? Helen, okay, let me spotlight you.
Okay. She turned out kind of not like I wanted her, but that's okay. Art, I guess. What my picture means is that I wrote a little thing of balance in my center.
Mhm.
I'm holding up the full moon and it's breaking loose some of the darkness.
Mm.
You can see the white here.
That's really beautiful.
Wow.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Helen. I witness you. Okay, I'm going to bring us back. Okay, and as we come to a closing of our time together, one final thing that I would like to share under this full moon of Ways the Truth is that we are guided to, and this is part of the teaching of Ways the Truth, that we do not need to always, always, always focus on what is weak or wrong in us, but rather on what is strong and right in us. And that's very important, as that's part of the divine law. It's human nature to always think that we'll find every answer in our past instead of standing firmly in balance in who we are right now, which is the sum total of every experience we've had in our life up to this point in time. And that divine law shows us that cause and effect do rule our universe of polarity. And as much as we don't want to live and exist in polarity or duality, we do. It's the biology of the planet. It's just the natural law. And if we feed continually negativity by being overly critical of ourselves and trying to find out why we are so wrong or why we have these bad habits or why we blah, 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 then we are feeding continually that dark side and negative side of our life. Ways the Truth's final message to us is when we praise our right action, when we praise our strength, when we praise who we are today and embrace full-heartedly who we have become, then we develop the skills of our talents. We develop the arindas, the spiritual essence of who we really are. And that is what is most important during this time of spring's fullness, to breathe into that and bring it fully into our conscious awareness. And that's a great thing, I think. So from my heart to your heart, thank you so much for taking part in this last official Goddess Moon's full moon circle. And from my heart to your heart, I continue to invite you, when you're able to join with me on the remainder of the 2021 full moons, because I'll be right here in circle for those times, and you are very, very welcome at my fire. So thank you, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Mwah.
Thank you, Kisma.
You're very welcome, Bobby. Thank you.